What's up guys, it's Widgeon TV here. So have you guys ever wondered how I get those beautiful shots at the beginning of my videos and make them look 60 frames per second? Well, here in this video, I'm going to show you how I do it, because I've had tons of people asking, how do you make it 60 frames per second? How is your PlayStation 4 running so well? And so on. So first off, to get started, I'm going to have to apologize to everybody that thinks that it's my PlayStation running at 60 frames per second, because it's not. What I do is I take the footage from Destiny, I drop it into Final Cut Pro, and I do a little bit of editing, and then it pops out on the other end at 60 frames per second. So here is how I do it. So the first thing that I want to say is that you can do this with pretty much any video editing program. The three big ones that I know of are Sony Vegas, Adobe Premiere, and Final Cut Pro X. And today I'm going to be using Final Cut Pro, but you can accomplish this with pretty much any editing program, using pretty much the same steps. So the very first thing you want to do is go to File and select New. So you can create a title, of course, and name it whatever you want to name it, but underneath Video Properties, you're going to want to select Custom, and then scroll over to Rate, and then select it to 59.94. This is important because it will allow you to render in 60 frames per second. And next up, you're going to go grab your clip and import it into your video editor. I'm a big fan of the drag and drop style. That's just how I do it. So once you got your video clip inserted, you're going to probably want to cut it down a little bit. This will save you a lot of rendering time and make things a lot easier later. So just cut it down to about the right part you want to use. So here we go. That looks good right there. Got some sweet sparrow action for you guys. So here's where the magic happens. You're going to push Command R on a Mac, or you can just right click on the clip and select Retime. Both of these things accomplish the same thing. And since Destiny normally runs at 30 frames per second, we're going to select 50% slow, and then you'll let that render. So next up, you're going to want to scroll over to this Video Properties tab, and you're going to want to go all the way down to the bottom, and you're going to want to select Video Quality. And then in the Video Quality menu, you're going to want to pick Optical Flow. Now, Optical Flow is really interesting. What it does is it takes 2 frames and it inserts a new frame created from molding the 2 frames together. It's pretty interesting. Now let that render out, and that may take some time, depending on how big your clip is and how fast your computer is. Notice the little render bar up here above the clip, and also there's kind of a timer right here. So I'll show you what it looks like now. And as you can see, it actually looks pretty cool. Completely smooth, but the only thing is that it's going at half the speed right now. So now this is pretty much the most important part, and probably the best advice I can give you, because it took me a long time to figure this out. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to grab the side of it and you're going to squish it down back to 100%. Now, the reason that this took me so long to figure out is because I would go into the menu and I would select ×2, effectively returning it to 100%. But when I did this, it actually reverted back to its previous state of 30 frames per second. So just take my advice, grab it by the corner, and push it into 100%. And there you go. Now you have a 60 frames per second clip running at 100% speed. So yeah, there's your tutorial for you. I know it's not that complicated, but I really love the way it looks. So if you guys have any more questions, or if this video gets a lot of attention and you guys want me to do another tutorial, I would love to do another tutorial for you guys. But anyway, thanks for sticking with Widgeon TV. Thanks for watching, guys.